So I wanted to share a really cool synchronicity that I just, actually the same one with, this is the second person now. And I didn't mention it in a video or anything. So the magpie came to me before it came out of the deck when I did the last reading that I did. And if I can find his video again, I'll post it below. But then I'm watching a Lakota, I think I was watching Pleiades videos, and it was a Lakota man, and it was a short little, just few minutes, like 5 minutes long maybe, and he mentions only two birds, the magpie and the meadowlark. And the meadowlark, oh, when he said that, I got chills both times, but when he said that, I was like, that took me way back, because in, I believe I might have been a junior or senior, but I had, the CP English that we took was, a poetry class. Well, it was actually the hardest English class I ever had, because we had, like, the tests were like of these words that she was really good at picking, words that we had never heard, that had a lot of syllables, difficult spelling, words that we weren't familiar with, so we didn't know the definition. So really stimulated our learning, and we had to, it was 15 words, I think once a week, and we had to, in order to get full credit, you get like a point for each, using it correctly in a sentence, spelling it correctly, and defining it correctly. So it was a really difficult test. I mean, it required a lot of studying. So she was a really good teacher, and she was really talented in the field that she was teaching, which was poetry. So it was a college prep English class, but there was certain curriculum that she had to, but she really focused on poetry, so it was awesome. Yeah, I think it was college prep, because you got college units for it. So, so it had to be kind of, have some difficult stuff in there, but she made it really fun because it was so creative. That was like I love writing and poetry, one of my favorite classes. So, okay, so back to the lark. Okay, so we're in class one day in this class that I'm talking about. And my friend, I think his name was Benjamin. Maybe Lucas. It was one of the two. I can't remember. But, yeah, I think it was Ben. So, and he was really talented. Like, we're like the best two writers in the class. Like, he was so good. And just really smart too, so he had like a wealth of vocabulary and stuff. So I'm writing this poem, and he sat right to my right. So I'm writing, we're doing creative writing poetry, and I'm trying to come up with a cool bird. Like, I'm writing this thing, and it's not necessarily whatever kind of bird. I just want a bird that the name of it sounds really like etheric and beautiful. So I asked him, I'm like, give me a good bird, because he knows, but he was really smart, so he knew birds and all the different names. I didn't know much of anything back then, like, as far as all that goes. And he said, meadowlark. Okay. Out of all okay, so this Lakota man says magpie and meadowlark. Okay. And this just really moved me, because then I have another and this was like a few days when I watched that video, and that was after I had pulled the magpie card. Okay, so now I'm watching a sister's video, and I'll put her link below too. Yahushua's Servant. So it's the most recent one that she just posted, I believe, but I just watched it today. It's vision, time to fly home. It's a vision she had. Okay, so she something about the moon, okay, and then she sees, I don't know if I can't, you can just watch the video. It's only like almost 9 minutes long. So I don't know if she has a vision of the moon or she actually saw the moon. Okay, and then she had this vision of the word lark written on like white flash, like bright white light background, and the word lark. And then I'm not even going to talk about the animal medicine about it. You can just watch her video because she does an excellent job at explaining it and pulling in everything and how it's synchronized with the moon. Okay, and so then so there's the lark thing, okay, and then I can't remember when I saw the moon, as far as, well, it was definitely before I saw her video because I'm just now watching that, but it, as far as the reading I did and then the magpie synchronization with the Lakota man, I believe I saw the moon before that. Maybe before the reading even. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but I couldn't sleep, and so I don't know if I looked out the window first, or sometimes I just get called to step out on my porch and go outside, and well, I haven't been getting very much sleep lately. I usually always have those anyway. It's just genetic, but yeah, pretty dark there. And it's like I don't have the light on me, but so the moon, when I went out there, I went outside, stepped out on it was like 5 a.m. The sun hadn't even come up yet, but the moon rose, and it was this crescent, perfect. It was giant because it rises like right here. This had to have been like the original Masonic Lodge or something, just the way the stars are before they built the big one downtown. Anyway. The moon, okay, so I don't know what star it is, and I believe it's like on the Islam, Iran flag, or the Russian flag or something. Okay, so anyway, that crescent, okay, so it was a sliver, but it was at the bottom. It wasn't like on the sides, usually like how, I don't know, but it was definitely, I was like, oh, that's weird. It's like on the bottom, like cradle. It was like the sliver part was the bottom part of the moon circle. And then it had that big star, I believe, I don't know if it was above it or below it, but it was like directly like at the point of the arc of where this crescent, okay. And then I've been getting all the sacral chakra stuff lately, and they have certain symbols have that little crescent moon, and just like that on the bottom. I've been seeing that in symbols lately. And so I go to Staples yesterday, and they have, I think it's the Star Wars new movie, the advertisements or whatever. So they have like a big red man one, whatever the character was, and it's just all red, the whole costume, all red, everything red. And it had like a little symbol that had like, it looked like the sacral chakra, which is like that color, that bright orangey red, like stop sign kind of, well, it's kind of like a blood red. It is kind of orangey, but it had that same like crescent moon too. So anyway, if you see those pop, like cut out, if you're in Staples, that's where I was, but they probably have them other places, who knows, like the movie rental places, whatever. I don't know what people do or have these days, but yeah, so I just thought that was extremely moving for me personally, but I just wanted to share it. And then those videos are really excellent, so I'll put her link below, and then I'll try to find the Lakota, he might be a chief, I'm not sure. So I'll try to find his, and I'll put those links, both of those below. And That's all. I'll have more to share in the future. Love you guys. Peace and blessings.